everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Cracks at Turning Problems into Solutions. This is me Priyasha Das, and today I'm up with the first video on the TISSNET crash course, which will be on the sentence correction. Now, since you people had a good response in the comment section, so I thought of coming up with a small series in which I'll be covering up each topic like in brief, all right. But as I mentioned in my previous TISSNET day schedule video, so if you haven't watched that video, make sure you check that I button at the top and go and check that video first, that how have I prepared a 24-day study plan for covering the TISSNET portion. But remember, as I mentioned in that video also, I'm repeating over here, just watching this video won't be enough. This video will give you the crux or the theory of what can be asked, but what you need to do after this is apply at least 1-2 hours of practice, which you can either do from any website or previous year questions which you would get in your PDFs of the previous year paper or the websites as well. And along with it, if you have books for verbal ability, either on the like ebook format or in the book format, okay, paper format, if you have verbal ability books like Meenakshi ma'am and Arun Sharma's book or any other good verbal ability book, then you definitely will have one section on error correction or error detection. So please make sure to practice some questions from there. Apply at least 1 to 2 hours in practice after understanding कि basic तरह के errors क्या होते हैं. तो अभी इस वीडियो में I will be covering up the basic error types and the most frequently asked error types in TISSNET exam also. तो इस वीडियो में of course this video can be used by the other people also who are preparing for some other exams, like let's say CMAT is coming next after TISSNET. तो CMAT वाले लोग या दूसरे लोग जिनकी verbal ability, जिनके exam में verbal ability में sentence correction आता है, they can surely use this video. But because ये TISSNET crash course का part है, तो उसके PYQ में I will be adding some TISSNET की questions and the frequency also I'll be discussing over here. So let's get started with our video immediately. Basic error types I'm going to discuss here. The first error type is based on agreement. You would see that this is the most frequent area in which the errors take place. All right, ये एक favorite area है सारे question paper setters का, जहाँ पर वो generally error create करते हैं. So let's try to check out what happens in the case of noun verb agreement. So the rule says, now here I have written the rule, guys. So read the rule and think what is the error in the next line. Singular subjects take singular verbs, whereas plural subjects take plural verbs. ये एक rule है और इस rule पे based एक error sentence मैंने आपको नीचे दिया है. Error number 1, the number of applications have dropped. Now you need to decide and let me know what will be the answer here. What you can do is pause the video, think about the answer, and then play the video and check if your answer is matching with mine or not. Now here you need to pay attention that it would be inappropriate here to say that number of applications have dropped. यहाँ पर जब मैं number बोल रही हूँ तो मेरा subject is a number here and number is a cumulatively called singular part. Okay, तो ये एक साथ एक group को represent कर रहा है, तो वो singular है in its sense. And when we have a singular subject, we need to go with a singular verb. तो have की जगह पर we would be having has over here. So if you got it right, congratulations. Now the next type of agreement is pronoun agreement, जहाँ पर what is a pronoun? A pronoun is something which actually replaces a noun like he, she, it. Now a pronoun must agree with a noun or pronoun it refers to in person, number and gender, and if the subject of the verb and as well as the subject of the verb, I should say. And if the subject of the verb needs to correspond in singular or plural form along with the subject. जैसे कि error number 2 है. Try to spot the error here. When girls cry, she breaks your heart. Okay, try to find out the error in the verb agreement, guys. I have already told you the area where it is wrong. So what will be the correct sentence here? Pause it, think it yourself, and then play it. When girls cry, they break your heart. Why will she break your heart? They break your heart. Okay, so I'm just making a correction here and telling you. तो इससे क्या हो रहा है? Simultaneously हम error detection भी कर रहे हैं और हम error correction भी कर रहे हैं. बोथ वे से आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि हम किस तरह से क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करते हैं. नाउ मूविंग नेक्स्ट टू द सेकंड कैटेगरी. दिस सेकंड कैटेगरी इज कॉल्ड एज पैरेललिज्म. Okay, parallelism basically होता क्या है? Just as a mathematical equation needs balance, a sentence too, when representing the ideas that contain different elements, must have parallel construction so that these elements balance each other. Just for an example, let's first find out the error in sentence number 3. To listen to someone is paying attention as you hear them. Well, what's the problem here? The problem here is that आप starting में तो बोल रहे हो to listen, फिर आप suddenly sentence के बीच में बोल रहे हो paying attention. तो ये सूट नहीं कर रहा. There is no balance between ing and to, right? So what should be the correct thing over here? To listen to someone as expected, okay? To listen to someone is to pay attention as you hear them. Is to pay attention as you hear them. So यहाँ पे भी to हो गया, to listen, यहाँ पे भी to pay. यानी कि एक balance है, एक parallelism है. तो इसके ऊपर based भी generally questions बहुत frequently आते हैं exam में for sentence correction or for error detection. Now the third kind of thing which we need to focus on are the modifiers. Now what exactly is modifier? Students actually should be able to recognize whether the modifiers are positioned where they are clearly relating the thoughts or not. Modifiers का मतलब अगर मैं आपको short में बताऊं तो it can be he was wearing a blue shirt and walking in the street. इस चीज को हम ऐसे नहीं लिख सकते कि he was walking in the street and wearing a blue shirt. See, and के साथ ये फिर भी सूट कर जाएगा, but then there are certain things like which changes the meaning. Like हम एक बॉल की बात कर रहे हैं and suddenly हम एक पर्सन की बात कर रहे हैं, तो हम जब मॉडिफायर ऐड करते हैं तो हम एग्जैक्टली हमारे सब्जेक्ट के बाद उस मॉडिफायर को रखते हैं so that we explain it properly. So if I am saying the ball is circular, then in that case I need to keep the modifier which was circle in shape. So the ball which was circle in shape was with a thin boy. Okay, so here error क्या हो सकता है? The ball was with a thin boy which was circular in shape. इसका मतलब हो जाएगा boy was circular in shape because the closest subject is the boy. तो इसीलिए modifiers को हमें perfectly place करना है. Based on that, यहाँ पर एक example लेते हैं. He drove around the village looking for a pharmacy in a green shirt. अब आप समझ ही गए होंगे problem कहाँ है. फार्मेसी ग्रीन शर्ट में तो नहीं हो सकती. सो इफ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट अ ग्रीन शर्ट, आई नीड टू स्पेसिफाई इट विद द पर्सन हु इज वेयरिंग इट, नॉट द फार्मेसी. सो व्हाट विल बी द करेक्ट सेंटेंस? He drove around the village. This is the first part. He drove around the village. All right. And then the second part should be in a green shirt. So then we will take up in a green shirt. That is part number 2. Looking for a pharmacy. This is the third part. So construction should be he was wearing a green shirt and looking for a pharmacy. इसे हम modifiers कहते हैं. Now the part 4 is grammatical construction. अब construction में भी generally बहुत mistakes होती हैं. If you don't properly form the sentence, then also it's a problem. See, generally TISSNET में ये लिख दिया जाता है कि ignore any grammatical or punctuations if you find any. But still you need to know कि इस format में भी हम errors खोज सकते हैं. Every fragment of a sentence, okay, needs to be connected properly to make sure that the grammatical construction is fine. I have 2 examples under this. Example number 1 is he is not wearing his shoes because he has hurt his toe. So pause the video, spot the error and then replay it. I'm going to say the answer now. So यहाँ पे problem simply punctuation की है. Full stop should not come here. Because should be small b, okay, and it should be a same line that he is not wearing his shoes. No full stop, small b because he has hurt his toe. Simple. That's the only correction you need to do in error number 5. Now error number 6, she hasn't gone to the office today. She isn't feeling well. We see generally people are like, the problem with people and their sentence correction or error detection questions is that in their day to day life they don't pay much heed, okay, in using the correct words. And even if you're not using the correct words, if someone comes and corrects you, you start feeling bad about it, जो कि exactly completely एक wrong process है. अगर आप अपने आप को करेक्ट नहीं करोगे, इफ यू डोंट कॉन्स्टेंटली लुक ऑन कि इसके लिए प्रॉपर वर्ड क्या होगा या इसकी सेंटेंस की कंस्ट्रक्शन बेटर वे में कैसे की जा सकती है, अगर आप इसको अपना एक्सक्यूज बनाते हो दैट इट्स ऑल राइट, ही अंडरस्टूड नो व्हाट आई वांटेड टू से, then this would actually lead to your doom, guys. You will never improve on your proper English, okay? And this will eventually not help you anywhere in the life. Just imagine that after a few years when you would be teaching this to your kids or someone, then they would be like, you are going wrong, dad or mom. So don't come into this scenario. It's not just for a good job, a good B school, it's just for yourself, that at least whatever you know that well enough. All right. Much of lecture done. Error number 6. She hasn't gone to the office today. She isn't feeling well. Trust me, most of you will actually feel that it's almost correct, but it is not. You should add, she hasn't gone to the office, colon, colon. Okay, she hasn't gone to the office today. Here we will have a colon. Okay, semicolon rather, not colon, semicolon. Semicolon, she isn't feeling well. Why are we adding this? Because see, these sentences are called as run-on sentences. Try to understand this. Run-on sentences. ये क्या होते हैं? Run-on sentences are those in which the independent clauses come together, okay, without proper connectives or punctuation. ये दोनों individual है या नहीं? Independent clauses है या नहीं? This can stand in itself. She hasn't gone to the office today. No problem. Perfect sentence. She isn't feeling well, perfect sentence, independent clause, किसी पर depend नहीं करता. But इन दोनों को अगर मैं connect कर रही हूँ, so I need to connect it with either proper connectives or proper punctuation. So here I am going with a proper punctuation as semicolon. I hope you get my point here. Now the next thing over down which we will be learning is about diction. Okay, diction. So when answering the sentence correction question, students should pay attention to the conventions followed with the use of words and should choose those that properly and effectively reflect the intended thought. जैसे कि पहले हम solve करते हैं error number 7. All right, error number 7 क्या है? The four thieves divided the loot between themselves. Now the problem here is with between. Why? Because it should be replaced by among. Now it's a very commonly known thing. I don't know if much of you people are aware of it or not, but among is used when we have more than two people, and between is used when we have exactly two people. So I can divide the food between you and me, but I can divide the food among us. Okay, Among Us was a game, guys. At least with the help of Among Us, you can remember this, right? कि उसमें definitely दो player नहीं थे, ज़्यादा थे, so that is Among Us. Okay, more than two, among, exactly two, between. Similarly, like that, as and like के बीच में भी एक basic difference होता है. As and like में क्या difference होता है? When we use as to mean in the form of. So that means in the form of, okay, it is a preposition, and its other usage is also as a conjunction of manner followed by a verb. Okay, but like का difference क्या होता है? Generally हम क्या करते हैं? As और like को साथ में, you are like him, you are very much as him, okay, like this. But ये सही नहीं है. Like is generally used to depict a particular, what you can say, example. Like he commands respect as a teacher. As a teacher का क्या मतलब होगा? It would mean that he is a teacher. He exactly is a teacher. But अगर यही sentence में मैं like use करती हूँ, that he commands respect like a teacher, then that would mean comparison to a teacher, not exactly a teacher. तो ये भी एक slight difference है between as and like. Similarly, a difference between I, me and myself. Now we are not in a Salman Khan movie, right? So सबकी सारे words की meaning same नहीं है. Here I is for the subject of the idea. Just say here the example is I hit him, okay, and me would be the object, like you have come to meet me, or he hit me here as per the example. And myself is when the action carried out by the subject affects itself only, यानी मैंने ही किया और मैंने खुद को affect कर दिया. जैसे I hurt myself, तो मैंने खुद को कर दिया. I did it all by myself, ये तो हम लोग जनरली बोलते ही है. Okay, so I did it all by myself मतलब मैंने खुद किया. खुद, वो जो हिंदी में we say no, खुद, that खुद is actually myself. Now we'll move to another category, which is idiom, the one of the most trickiest, guys. Trust me, idiom में problem निकालना या error निकालना is one of the toughest tasks, because we are not aware of most of the idioms around us. और इसीलिए मैं चाहती भी हूँ that very soon I will be launching small videos on idioms. ज़्यादा नहीं, एक वीडियो में 2-3 idioms लेके मैं करूँगी and कुछ questions आपके लिए छोड़ दूँगी. But this way we are going to cover up the idioms at least in a period of 1 year. हमें कुछ general idioms के बारे में तो पता होना ही चाहिए. Now, error number 8. Having rested adequately overnight, the rallyists were able to resume driving when they first saw light. Okay. So, what do you predict here? What will be the problem? The problem is not in the first part of the sentence. The problem is in the second part of the sentence, which has an idiom. Okay, what kind of an idiom do you spot here? First saw light. ये actually इन्होंने meaning रख दिया है. What will be the idiom over here? Resume driving at first light. Okay, so we'll be able to resume driving at first light. This is the idiom, okay, which will replace this particular sentence. Similarly, error number 9. He not only advised us to read Julius Caesar, but Macbeth as well. Ah, very tricky. Try it on your own and then replay this video. Okay, so pause it, try it on your own, and then replay it and check the correct answer. So, he advised us to read. Now see, the not placement plays an important role. So idhar se we will remove not only and we will say he advised us, after us, okay, to after us to read, then you will add here not only. Not only Julius Caesar बट मैकबेथ एज वेल. तो जब आप दो ऑप्शंस को कंपेयर कर रहे हो ना, तो नॉट ओनली एंड बट के साथ साथ ही उन ऑब्जेक्ट्स को रखो. जैसे नॉट ओनली जूलियस सीजर बट मैकबेथ एज वेल. बट हम लोग जनरली क्या करते हैं, हम लोग सेंटेंस के स्टार्टिंग में ही नॉट ओनली को डाल देते हैं. दैट इज रॉन्ग. ओके, आई थिंक दिस इज द मोस्ट कॉमनली डन मिस्टेक एवरीवेयर. Now the seventh category, the last category which I'll be discussing is rhetorical construction. Rhetorical means reverse, like वापस आने वाला, rhetorical. Okay, so in rhetorical what we need to do, students should be able to identify the construction that are wordy. Wordy means बहुत ज़्यादा words, redundant, repetitive, इसका मतलब awkward, imprecise और unclear, even if apparently free of grammatical errors. तो भले ही आपको words देख के लगे कि नहीं नहीं ये तो सब कुछ ठीक है, इसमें कोई problem नहीं है, but still you need to make sure कि आपको at least redundancy देखनी है sentence में. For example, let's take question number 10. The reason the meeting was cancelled was because there was lack of quorum. Which word is repeated here, guys? You know this very easy. रीजन भी है और बिकॉज भी है, तो या तो आप रीजन हटाओ या तो आप बिकॉज हटाओ. तो बेटर वे क्या होगा, बिकॉज रहने देते हैं बिकॉज इट इज कनेक्टिंग द सेंटेंस. सो द प्रॉपर वन विल बी द मीटिंग वाज कैंसल्ड. जस्ट द रीजन हटा के दैट्स योर करेक्ट आंसर. द मीटिंग वाज कैंसल्ड फॉर द लैक ऑफ कोरम. ओके, वाज कैंसल्ड फॉर द lack of quorum. First class, finish. Error number 11, last one. When she entered the house, she dropped the briefcase, picked up her baby and took her to the sun. Pause it, check it yourself and then replay it. So while replaying, the problem is not in the first part of the sentence, okay? the construction is just not correct. You need to take care of the last part. Okay, took her to the sun doesn't make sense. Sun is not a person जिसके पास हम उसे ले जाएंगे. The proper sentence will be took her out in the sun. So took her यहाँ पर add करेंगे, we will be adding took her out in the sun. Okay, took her out in the sun. That will be the proper construction. तो इस तरह से हमने देखा कि basic type के corrections किस areas में हमें देखना है. See, if you are testing something कि एक particular चीज सही चल रही है या नहीं, हम जानते हैं कि वो basic areas. अच्छा टेस्टर कौन होता है? अच्छा टेस्टर वो होता है जो actually वो basic areas जाने जिसपे generally problems होती है. Okay, so इस वीडियो का यही पर्पस था कि आपको ऐसे 7 मोस्ट जेनेरिक जगह में दिखा दूं जिसमें एरर्स आते हैं, ताकि आप उस पर ही फोकस करो एंड फिर अपना आंसर अकॉर्डिंगली उसके अकॉर्डिंग change karo. Now here are some PYQs for all of you guys. This is PYQ of TISSNET, so let's quickly do them. Now over here you can read the question, take your time, solve it on your own. You may also comment below in the comment section, okay, and then we would be discussing it, but right now I will be giving out the answer as well. So road developers unable, देखो यहाँ पर the way of representing this is कि हर sentence के बाद एक number लिखा हुआ है and you are going to find out that which part has an error in it. Okay, so let's read it. Okay, road developers unable to complete their projects. तो generally यहाँ पे problem हो सकता है, but there and developers are actually the correct thing, right? So I don't think that you would be having any problem with the developers part, correct? So there or road developers तो सही है. On time will not be, on time again a preposition यहाँ पर भी problem create हो सकती थी, but on time सही है. Will not be awarded the new ones. Okay, awarded the new ones यहाँ तक भी सही है. तो जब सारे पार्ट सही है, then option 5 will be my answer, that is no error. So if you also said that it is no error, then congratulations, you are not tricked in the first question. Now question number 2, the scheme which will be launched, okay, sounds fine to me. During the next 2 years, during the next 2 years sounds fine to me. Require an additional investment. Require is the verb guys, and हमारी subject क्या थी? हमारी subject थी the scheme. तो scheme थी singular और require है plural, तो हमें चाहिए requires. So requires होना चाहिए. So part 3 has a problem in it. So error is in part 3. Similarly, the last question for the day, which part of the sentence has an error? Now ये sentence को ही हमने 5 parts में divide कर दिया as an option. The country has adequate laws. Country singular has, ठीक है. Adequate laws, but problems arise when these are not, everything is fine till here, implemented in letter and spirit. Now this is, I can particularly tell you, if you are not aware of idioms, this idiom especially in letter and spirit, you won't be able to do this. Problem क्या है यहाँ पे? Problem ये है कि letter, it's the idiom is basically in letter and in spirit. Okay, in spirit, what is missing here? The missing part is in spirit over here. So that is why you need to understand कि आप क्या छोड़ रहे हो, in छोड़ रहे हो. ठीक है, लेटर इन लेटर एंड इन स्पिरिट का मतलब क्या होता है? इट इज दैट अ पर्सन इज ओबेइंग जस्ट द लॉ. ओके, जस्ट जो लिखा हुआ है इन लेटर, दैट पर्सन इज ओबेइंग दैट, बट उसके इंटेंशन वाइज वो उसको ओबे नहीं कर रहा है. इन स्पिरिट मीन्स व्हाट? इन इंटेंशन. ओके, सो हियर ओनली यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर तो वही बंदा दे पाएगा जिसे पता है इन लेटर एंड इन स्पिरिट एक ईडीएम एग्जिस्ट करता है. All right, so in this way we actually covered up some PYQs and the basic places where the errors take place. And if you like this video, then please like this video, share it with more and more people guys, because all these efforts would go in vain if people won't watch it. And if you are new to this channel, then please subscribe to the channel as well. So we will be following the same day schedule as I mentioned in my previous video. So if you haven't checked that, please check the end screen of this video. Now, thank you so much for watching this, and until we meet again, please take care.